Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I firstly offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and to all the assembled devotees. Thank you for being here. I'm reading from Fortunate Souls again. We're on the second chapter, and right now we're reading the reference number 82. I am glad to hear new devotees are coming, and do not be worried about some of our members leaving. They will come back. Krishna never forgets the service rendered to him by the devotee, and once tasting the nectar of devotional service to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is not possible to forget him. Letter from Srila Prabhupada to Kurandar, November 30th, 1970. So now we're continuing with the heading Questions and Answers about Devotees Blooping Even After Being in the Bhakti Program. As explained earlier in this chapter, the result of a person's involvement with devotional service is normally a favorable outlook toward Krishna consciousness. Reference 83. To execute this business of Krishna consciousness is so easy and happy, and whatever you do, a little, it is your permanent asset. It will never be spoiled. You'll find in the Bhagavad Gita that Shuchi Nam Shri Matam Gehe Yogo Brashto Bhajayate. This is called Bhakti Yoga. Suppose somebody is enjoying, but Maya is very strong. If he falls down, he could not execute the Krishna consciousness program completely in this life. Mostly, if you simply stick, there is no difficulty. But if voluntarily we give up, that is another thing. What is wrong there? Chant, dance, and take prasadam. You haven't got to work. You haven't got to go to the field work or to the factory. Still, if you don't accept it, you fall down. So that is your choice. But even if you fall down, because for a few days you join Krishna consciousness movement, the resultant actions for so much time is permanent asset. Permanent asset. What is that permanent asset? That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that Shuchi Nam Srimatam Gehe Yogo Brashto Vijayate. Those who have fallen from this Krishna consciousness, their next life is guaranteed a human life. Because others, there is no guarantee. Tata dehantara prapti. According to one's karma, he can get the body of a dog, cat, hog, or demigod. There is no guarantee that Krishna says, Tata dehantara prapti. Antara means another. He does not say that this body he'll get. But if one is Krishna's devotee, then there is guarantee. What is that guarantee? Shuchi nam Srimatam Gehe. He'll take birth in a very rich family or in a very nice Brahmana and Vaishnava's family. Lecture by Srila Prabhupada, April 20th, 1976, Melbourne. Thus, continuing, thus, even if a bhakta only remains a short time, the movement will have gained a friend, and the bhakta will have eternally benefited. Devotees should do their duties without concern for enjoying the fruits. Therefore, we should try our best to train people in Krishna consciousness. If the candidates do not fully take advantage of the opportunity, this is not the bhakta director's responsibility. Devotees simply perform their duty for Krishna's enjoyment. Reference number 84. Just like many boys and girls, they come here. They are engaged in something else, but all of a sudden they give up and they join this Krishna consciousness movement. So for them, Bhagavat says, Tyaktva sadharmam. Swa means his own occupation, dharma. Now here the dharma is not religion, occupational duty. Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam harer. Suppose after hearing some lectures of this Krishna consciousness movement, he settles, now I shall begin Krishna consciousness, and gives up his prescribed duties or occupational duty. Taktva swadharmam charanam bhajam harer bhajan apakvo ta patet yato yadi bhajan. Now he begins chanting her regulative principles, but all of a sudden he falls down. He falls down. He could not prosecute. But by some reason or by some circumstances, he falls down. So Bhagavat says, what is wrong with him even if he falls down? Just see. Even if he falls down to immature development of Krishna consciousness, still he's not loser. And Bhagavat says, Ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmata. And what profit will he get? One who is very steadily engaged in his occupational duty, he's simply a loser because he does not know what is the aim of his life. But here, a person who comes in Krishna consciousness, even for a few days, if he is with us, he gets he gets the contamination of Krishna consciousness, so that in his next life he will begin again. So he's not loser. One injection of Krishna consciousness will make him someday perfect in Krishna consciousness, and he is sure to go back to Godhead, back to home. Lecture by Srila Prabhupada, November 15th, 1968, Los Angeles. Amazing. This is revolutionary because, yeah. Continuing, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that if he had only one disciple who became a pure devotee, he would consider his whole mission successful. Chanakya Pandit also has compared a single pure devotee to the moon, that is, sufficient to dispel all nighttime darkness, whereas thousands of stars cannot. So in all respects, the Bhakti program is successful whether the participants use it fully or partially. Hare Krishna. Did you get to meet with Jaikeshva with the cash? Or what? Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe would you be able to call him or something? Okay. Because they'll go to the store. Thanks. Thank you so much, bro. Number 85. If a man comes, follows the regulative principles even for some time, and again he falls down, so long he has followed, that asset is permanent. Anything, spiritual asset, that is never lost. So little, when it is complete, cent per cent, then you become liberated. Spiritual asset is never lost. So even a person comes to the temple and follows the regulative principle for some time, again he falls down, he's not loser, he's gainer. Others who do not take this lesson and outside they may perform his so-called duties very perfectly, he's loser. So at least for some time, let every one of you come here and follow the restriction. And if you become perfect, is all right. But even if you go away, whatever you have done, that is your permanent asset. That is stated in the Bhagavad. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. And even that little asset can help you become free from the greatest danger. There are many examples. They are stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, in this human form of life, at least we shall try to get some spiritual asset. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, even such persons falls down, he is given chance next life to take birth in very rich aristocratic family or in a very pious Brahmana family. So little spiritual asset in this human form of life will at least guarantee your next life in a very nice family. But without spiritual life, there is no guarantee whether you are going to become human being or cat or dog. That's all right. Lecture by Srila Prabhupada, February 12th, 1975, Mexico. Heading: Questions and answers about breaking up families. Question: Doesn't the Bhakti program break up families? Reference number 86. Rameshwar: We are voluntarily. But one of their main arguments is that before someone joins the Hare Krishna movement, he has great affection for his father, his mother, his brothers, his relatives. And after he joins the Hare Krishna movement, he has nothing to do with them anymore. And sometimes he even calls them demon. Prabhupada: Yes, that is the fact. Rameshwar: So they say this is proof that we have brainwashed them because it is natural to have affection for your family. Prabhupada: Before that, he was accepting a false father. And now they understood that he's not my father, he's my enemy. Therefore, he's going, according to Bhagavad, it is said, one should not become father if he cannot save his son from the imminent danger of birth, death, old age, and disease. So the so-called father, they are not father. So after enter into Hare Krishna movement, one understands that he's my false father. So if he gives up the relationship, that means he's successful. Rameshwar: So then they will say, we do not want this movement in our country because it is breaking up the families. Prabhupada: You do not want? Who cares for you? We shall go on with our movement. Who cares for you? Rameshwar: You're ruining family life. Prabhupada: What is that? Rameshwar: We are simply ruining our families. Prabhupada: That's all right. We are ruining the dog's family, cat's family. That's all right. We are entering into Krishna's family. That is our improvement. What is the use of keeping with the dog's family, cat's family? The dog also has family. So to remain in the dog's family, it is a very prestigious position. We have now construed, pardon me, we have now constructed our own family, Krishna family. We are entering there. What is the use of remaining in the dog's family, cat's family? Shari. But if you're actually followers of God, then why are you breaking up the families? Shouldn't you have love for everyone? Rameshwar. Because that they say that the Ten Commandments say, one of the Ten Commandments, the fourth one, says, Thou shalt honor thy mother and thy father. Prabhupada: Yes, we honor. Rameshwar: But that means by birth, the mother and father also. That's what it refers to. Prabhupada: Yes. Rameshwar: So they say, by your teaching, they are splitting on their mothers and fathers. Prabhupada: No, not splitting. Who is splitting? Everyone, just like you have got a father and mother, you are not spitting, pardon me, they, Rameshwar. So they say by your teaching, they are spitting on their mothers and fathers. Prabhupada, no, not spitting. Who is spitting? Everyone, just like you have got a father and mother, you are not spitting. Whenever father, mother comes, he honors. That is your version, but his version is different. He loves his father and mother. He teaches them Krishna consciousness. Arishari. My mother testified to that. That when I was at home, I was impossible to live with. And when they saw me afterwards, I was very nice. Prabhupada. Many. The Hayagriva's father, mother, Rameshwar. My parents think like that too. Prabhupada. Yes. Rameshwar. I could have no relation with them before, but now that I am devotee, I actually want to help them. So the relationship, Prabhupada. And there are so many fathers, mothers, they very much appreciate. And our none of our disciples disrespectful to father and mother. Why? I never said that. You become disrespectful to your mother and father. Shari. The only time there's any argument is if Prabhupada. But if the father is demon, Rameshwar, the devotees sometimes are disrespectful out of immaturity. Prabhupada. That is an individual fact, but Rameshwar. But they cannot condemn the movement because of that. Prabhupada. We never said that you be. I never said. And when Brahmananda was initiated, his mother was standing. I asked Brahmananda, take the dust of your mother's feet first. Then you offer me obeisances. Ask Brahmananda. So he first of all offered his obeisances to his mother. I told him like that. You have got good mother. I told him like that. Otherwise, how she can get got son like you? I always say like that. I never said disrespect. But in particular case, if the father and mother is demon, he must give up there. It is not our business to Rameshwar. The whole controversy centers around this point of breaking up the family. Prabhupada. We never said breaking up the family. So many ways they are breaking up. The hippies all are also breaking. Jagadish. The fathers and mothers are also breaking. Divorce. Prabhupada. Father and mother, yes. Why they divorce? Arishari. 7 out of 10 marriages. Prabhupada. Within 2 weeks, 3 divorce. Rameshwar. That's a very good point. Harishari. They have no family unit to speak of anyway. Prabhupada. It is surprising. If one gentleman lives for life as husband and wife, it is a very surprising thing in your country that they have lived so long as husband and wife. Train conversation with Srila Prabhupada, January 11th, 1977. So now back to questions and answers about breaking up families. Answers. Answer. Most young people, especially in the West, upon reaching the legal age of 18 years, leave their parents' home and live elsewhere. Unlike the system in India and other European cultures, it is not expected nor necessarily desired that the offspring remain there permanently. Reference number 87. So the material world means we are running after false family, but don't think that there is no real family life. There is real family. That is Krishna's real family, eternal family, blissful family. So this Krishna consciousness movement means to train up people to be detached from this false family and to enter into the real family. That is the point. Not that if I give up this false family, I will become zero. No, there is no such disappointment. The other philosophers, they simply just like Buddha philosophy. Their philosophy is finish this, nirvana. But if people are not interested to finish all this, they want it, then what is the positive gain? So generally, people are attracted to these Buddhist and Mayavadi philosophies, therefore, they feel hopelessness. On account of future hopelessness, they become more attached to this false family. But our philosophy is not like that. Our philosophy is that you become detached to this false family and enter into the real family. Lecture by Srila Prabhupada, Dallas, March 3rd, 1975. Continuing, besides this, divorce has already broken many modern families. Therefore, the question of the Bhakti program, quote, breaking up families, hardly applies to Western cultures. Reference number 88. Such are the criticisms that must be borne by the servants of Narada Muni into the disciplic succession. Through the Krishna consciousness movement, we are trying to train young people to become devotees and return back home, back to Godhead. By following rigid regulative principles, but our service is appreciated neither in India nor abroad in the Western countries where we are endeavoring to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. In the West also,